like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Hello. How's everybody doing? It is 2:04 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, December 12th, 2020, and I'm the Angry Angel. Just over half a month, and this year gets to end. Yay! About fucking time. Not gonna get in my typical political stuff that I talk about when I first jump in here. This is AskAnAngel, and I am the Angry Angel. So anyway, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. It is a beautiful Saturday today. Was out early on today, getting groceries, and yeah, it's quite nice actually. Even though where I live, it's actually cold as fuck, and it snows a lot up here. But today, it's actually been quite nice. Anyway, as I said, got a whole bunch of questions, about 19 in total today. It's probably the most I've ever done in one stream. So I'm going to try to get through as many as I possibly can in 2 hours. I have been noticing a lot of you guys have been watching this stuff on YouTube, and I much appreciate it. But anyway, yeah, I've been advertising already. I put it onto Discord, I put it onto Twitter, I put it on Facebook. I'm trying to make a new banner for Facebook, Instagram, and even on Twitter, TikTok. So too fucking many of these things. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, thank you for watching, everybody on YouTube. Hello, and welcome. If you guys want to watch this live, you can. Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm trying to get it every single Saturday, so it stays on the same schedule, even with my new job. What else? Disclaimer right off the bat, I've got to get this out there, just so everybody understands. I am not a professional. I'm not a shrink, I'm not a psychiatrist. I am just an average guy who seems to have a knack of being able to answer people's questions and help give people advice. People have always, since I was little, come to me for advice on damn near anything. Relationships, should they do this or that? And I've always seemed to have a knack of giving some good advice. So I've turned it into a show, and this is that show. And it's growing. It's growing. My viewers, even on, as I said, on YouTube, are growing. I'd like to get them to grow on this thing, so the message will get out more. What else? Slow and steady wins the race. Yeah. Well, so does fast sometimes. So is the guy with the fast fucking car who's just go, go, go. He can win a race too. I used to like that saying, and then I realized it's like, yeah, like the bunny in the hair is a really nice one. But if that fucking bunny was smart and didn't actually stop, that bunny would have still won. Fuck it, the tortoise in the hair, you know what I'm talking about. Fuck it, if the tortoise wasn't a dumbass and didn't fucking sleep, that bunny can run like a motherfucker. And I'm all like encouraging people and encouraging people and encouraging people, but I don't like to do it to the point of that guy who's actually worked his ass off. Like, yes, absolutely. The little fucking engine that could. I think I can. Well, if you do it, you will. If you don't do it, you won't. That's the plain truth of it. Just saying, I can do it. If you don't actually do it, you won't. You absolutely won't. But that guy who's run his ass off, who's fucking puffing and panting, who got across that finish line first, he's a winner. He did it. And he should not be knocked for winning. I mean, there's the thing I think about getting... but he did stop because he thought he would. Yes, absolutely. So that's the message of that story is don't get too cocky, right? And there's the message to the little fucking turtle that just went... And he didn't go slow. That's the thing. He didn't go slow. He went his speed. That tortoise can't run really fast. It went his speed, right? So I'd go give him kudos for the fact that he went as fast as he could. But that does not mean he's faster. If we're going on a race to race, if they both went, the bunny would obviously win. If I've got a little fucking piece of shit car and I'm going up against a fucking Ferrari, come on. Really, that Ferrari's going to win. We know that Ferrari's going to win. It is what it is, right? Unless, of course, the guy's dumbass forgot to put gas in his car and fucking stalls. It doesn't mean that my piece of shit car is better than the Ferrari. No. The Ferrari is better by numbers and can win. It shouldn't be fucking racing. If you're going to race something that is stronger than you. The turtle had a challenge. Quite a fucking challenge. And because he won, everybody's like, yeah! Because you wouldn't think the turtle would fucking win. Right? Yeah, go! Because that's a challenge. That bunny didn't have a challenge. That bunny shouldn't have been racing a fucking turtle in the first place. That's just being cocky and being a dick. Don't be a dick. Don't fucking brag against trying to do something that's below you. Right? Yeah, I'll get to it. Relax. I don't even know where the hell the button is. Yeah, I'll turn on in a second. But yeah, as I said, I'm not a shrink, I'm not a psychiatrist, not a professional. I'm just me. I'm Angry Angel. Can answer questions. That's what I'm going to do. So I hope, but the part that you need to know is I hold no responsibility for what you do with the advice that I'm giving. If you decide, and if you do have any questions, feel free to right there send an email, or go to my Discord, send me a message in Discord, and I'll get to your questions either on this or personally. I can send you a text back. But yeah, I don't hold responsibility. If you have a shitty relationship and you do or don't take my advice, that's on you. You've got to make the final decision. I'm not walking you. I'm not fucking guiding you. Most of the advice I give, people are fucking said it's great advice. All my life they do this. But it's up to you if you choose to do it or not. But that being said, I'm going to turn my light on because you've just reminded me and I appreciate that. And then we're going to get to the questions. Oh! We'll just flick the switch right over here. And right there. And then my Christmas lights are on. Oh, you can't even see them. Why is that freaking out? No. Alright. Let's get to it. Alright. And boom. So, first question of the day. So get everything in place. Where are you? Turn them on. There we go. From Tori. Let me bring this up so I can read it better. Whoa, what is that going on? Hang on one sec. Is it this one? Yes. From Tori. So I was talking to this guy. Oh, hang on. What's going on? What do you mean? What's going on? What do you mean? What's going on? You're gonna need to elaborate. I'm about to answer some questions. That's what's going on. Shows the connection's fine. Okay, I'm gonna continue the question. So I was talking to this guy, and we slept together more than once. Oh, I'm gonna bring the microphone in a bit. There we go. So I was talking to this guy, and we slept together more than once. And then, what the hell's that noise? I'll turn this off. Oh, that's not on. Why is this making all kinds of weird sounds? Hang on. There's a very annoying sound. There we go. More than once, and then he then started acting. I do hear a little white noise. What white noise? What noise? Oh, me. No, I just hear this click. Okay, I'm gonna continue. Shorter text, not asking. Okay, I'm gonna start again. So I was talking to this guy, and we slept together more than once, and then started acting different. Shorter text, not asking about my day or saying sweet things. Called him out on it and told you obviously you're not interested anymore, and then he blocked me on everything. Why am I sad, feeling like I shouldn't have said anything? No, it's because you liked the guy, right? And you thought it was more than what it was. It's a disappointing thing. So I think you should have a really good hard think about it, and then you probably won't think about the fact that it's like, you know what, you're lucky. If he wasn't feeling anything and this was just like a booty call situation, then it's best that you found this out now than before your feelings get really deep and involved. It's best that you found this information now. Let me just click something. So you actually, I would say, count your lucky stars, because that could have been more heartbreaking than you realize. And it says I've got one viewer. Fuck. Anyway. And I appreciate that. So question number 2. Why is that not coming up? Nope. That's because I'm using the wrong keyboard. One of these days, this is going to be so much better organized. I'll be able to just click a button and it'll go over to the next one. And boom. Next question. Here we go. It's a long one. From Anna. Question number 2 from Anna. So I'm 4 days away from turning 19. Okay, happy birthday. And for a gift for myself, I went and got my septum. What the hell is a septum? Pierced. What the hell is a septum? Let me just take a look. That doesn't tell me shit. Oh, your nose. Oh. Okay. I'm a very sensitive person when it comes to feeling and touch and stuff like that. So I'm not judging. I couldn't do it. To me, it's a little weird. To each his own, right? I'm not judging, but some of them look kind of cool, I suppose. But some of them, to me, just looks like a cow. But I'm old school. I'm fucking old. I'm not judging anybody. If it works for you and you think it looks good on you, great. Anyway, I went and got my turning 19. Okay, and when I got home tonight, my father told me I had to take it out, and that it didn't matter his reasoning. I said, I just had to do it. I'm very confused because I have other piercings and tattoos. Perhaps it's because I didn't ask permission to get it. But he tells me that it doesn't matter why I want you to. Just have to do it. Huh? I honestly think it's kind of ridiculous that he's telling me what to do. I can't, what I can and can't do with my body since I'm an adult. I understand that I'm still living under my parents' roof, but I haven't done anything extreme. I don't want to take it out. I earned it, but I might also get put out on the streets if I don't. For me, it's a battle between keeping our relationship and resenting him, or standing up for myself and possibly losing out, not very good relationship. Well, I'm sorry that you're going through this. I really am. A few things. As I said, happy birthday. I would say stand up for yourself. The reason being, one, you're 18, you're 19 years old. You're an adult. Legally, can't stop you. Yes, absolutely, he can kick you out, but you're his daughter. Now, I'm not your father, so I don't know what he's thinking or what his reasoning is behind him doing it. The fact that he's not giving a reason, it's probably kind of it's a dad thing, right? It's there are reasons. There's lots of reasons why you should, and some reasons why you shouldn't. I've heard many different things on the nose ring. That's why I wish you just said nose ring. I know what you're talking about. I've heard some things about the nose ring being bad health-wise and stuff like that. I've heard that it doesn't really matter. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you're not hurting yourself. To me, if you like it, do it. But at the same time, it could be a few things. One, you're 19 years old. You're about to become a woman. If you can't stand up to your own father, how are you going to stand up to people in your future? Right? This could be a test. This could all be a test. Are you going to stand up? If you've already got you've got tattoos, you've got piercings, clearly knows about them, right? It could be also looking at it as a job thing, right? Like if you're going to some companies, depending on what you want to do as a career, they might not accept it, right? Because you're in public. There are companies and there are some rules that you can't. I'm a truck driver. Some piercings you can't have. Some of the medical professions, some piercings you can't have. I mean, but you have to wear like a mask or whatever. There's reasons, but he hasn't given any. Now, this is how I would handle this if I were you. Not only just stand up for yourself, but you don't want to be rude, right? You want to point, I'm an adult now. And while you are an adult, daddies are always going to look at their daughters as their little girls. Same as mothers will see their sons as their little boy. They'll treat them and respect them, but you've got to earn that a bit, which means you've got to show. Are you a child who's going to say, yes, daddy, I'll take this out? Or, no, I want this in. Give me a serious reason why, and we can talk about it. And if I agree with it, like a legitimate, not a, because I want it out, stand your ground, say, I want this in. I'm willing to talk about it, and then consider it. But if you're coming at me with nothing, then I'm just going to keep it in. But hear him out and honestly hear him out. Like if he presents, we'll talk about it on blah, blah, blah. And if you can present me reasons why I shouldn't have it, and not just because I said so, point out that you are 19, you've earned this, you've made the money yourself, you've went and got it yourself, and you're keeping it. Unless he can give you a proper reason to remove it. Other than, I'm going to kick you out. He's not going to kick you out. And if he does, this is the part of life that you have to deal with. This is. Plain and simple. As soon as you turned 18, you are a legal adult. And he has no responsibility to you. Other than he's your father. And I can't imagine a father kicking. I've heard of it. Yeah, fathers do. They're assholes. Right? I'm not saying I'm not judging, but you need to learn to stand up. If not to prove to him that you're an adult, to get him to respect you as an adult, for yourself. Because as I said, if you can't stand up to your own father, how the hell are you going to stand up to some guy you'll end up dating and he'll push you around? He'll tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that. You don't need your father's permission to put a bloody thing on your ring on your nose. You know his permission you need? Yours. Or the law. And if the law says it has no issue with you actually putting that in, you're not going to get a ticket, you're not going to get arrested, you're not shooting anybody, killing anybody, you're not hurting anybody at all, then there's no issue with it. You do need to look at the practicality of it for yourself, for work-wise and shit like that. As I said, some companies, it's an appearance thing, right? It's not a prejudice thing or anything like that. Some companies do. They thrive on it. They want that kind of edgy look, right? You've really got to think about it. And sometimes it could be a health thing, right? There could be a professional look thing to it. It could be all kinds of things, right? A safety thing, right? As I said, I'm a truck driver, and there's things they can't wear as truck drivers, right? Like to accidentally snag on something, because you snag on let's say it's one of those full fucking loops, you snag on that, you fucking pull your nose right off. Not your whole nose, but it'll do some serious damage. But that's a conversation you need to have with your father. But do it as an adult. Don't do it as a, Daddy, please, I really want to have it. Don't come at it like that. You need to come at it as I'm having this. I'm keeping this. Unless you can give me a legitimate reason that I should take it out, and not just because I said so. You need to come strong. Let him see that you're coming at it strong. You'll probably gain more respect with that than just, Daddy, please, I want to keep it. Don't be the spoiled brat child. Be the adult. Be the 19-year-old. You've said it in this message. You don't understand why, because I'm adult. I should be able to blah, 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 blah. You're right. You're absolutely right. Say it. Stand up for yourself. Everybody who agrees, give me a 1. What's these ones that pop up right now? Okay, maybe there's no ones because nobody's actually paying attention. Oh, there we go. 1p. No, just 1. I just need 1. Hello. How's it going? So we're going to move on to question number 3. Exciting. How's it going, Mr. X? Thank you for joining. How's the games coming? I saw you playing. What the hell were you playing? Final Fantasy? Was it Final Fantasy? I only got to see a little bit of it, but it looks cool. I played Final Fantasy way back in the day, number 7. It's still my favorite. With all tiny little dudes and they're just fighting each other like 3x3 or 4x4, whatever. Love that game back then. But what's today? The graphics are just phenomenal. Sometimes I just don't have the patience for those. Not the best of places within myself at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. You're old. I am old. Final Fantasy. Hang on, how many ones is that? So that's 9? 5. Hang on. 9. 8. Wait a second. Don't laugh. Oh, it's an exclamation. Okay. I would never laugh. I'm trying to. I'm wearing them with games. They're designed for looking at a computer. They're just reading glasses. Not that I read. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't quite make it out, but yeah, I see the little dot. But yeah, thank you for coming in and joining me. I'm gonna get on to question number. Where's my thing? Oh, that's bright. Question number 3. Hope also with you. I don't want to distract. Oh, you're not a distraction. You're a good distraction. A very friendly distraction. I miss you guys. I miss everybody on that thing. I'm probably going to do a little bit of Twitch things in about a week. Oh, I didn't tell you. Got a new job. It's exciting. Just so anybody here has just been curious. The job thing's coming on quite well. I should be driving out to Edmonton, which is, well, not driving. They're flying me out there to pick up my truck. And then the way it's planned is I'll be working 4 days and 3 days off, but I'm trying to get them so that I can always have Saturday off so I can make this a dedicated schedule so that this doesn't get affected, because this is growing actually faster than my gaming. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I can actually be working and driving the truck. I'm also going to turn a bit of a show into that. I'm going to record some of the stuff, like blogging, doing some videos. I might be just putting it on YouTube, but I might also put some of it on here. But we will see. Sounds like things are coming together, which is awesome. Very slowly, but yeah. And you see, the room's changed. Very different now. Instead of just pointing in a corner. So I can't really dance as much as I used to. I mean, I've got some room. It is the same room, but it's not long. And you can see things a lot more. You can see my poster. Is it this one? Nope, that's the line. Where's my finger? Right there. Nope, there. That's me. I'm also going to be making another one that's going to be like right here. So when I'm doing Ask an Angel, be nice big one right behind me. But other than that, anyway, I'm going to stop gabbing away. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 3 from Dylan. Agree or disagree? What do you want me to agree with? Let me just bring it up on the right screen. Where are you? There you go. Agree or disagree? You're in relationships for 3 years. Threatening to go date others with no actual intention of doing so is mental abuse. Yeah. In my opinion, that attacks the person's security and peace of mind around the relationship. Absolutely, you are completely right. I agree that that's a form of mental abuse. But at the same time, I mean, it's mental abuse to you, and I wouldn't take it. But at the same time, where is this coming from? This person, quite often when people do this, it's like a passive aggressive kind of thing. Well, it's not passive. It's full on aggressive. But it's kind of a, they don't want to lose you, right? They want to keep you, but yeah, they're threatening to date others to make you jealous. They're insecure themselves. It's coming from a place of insecurity, right? At least that's what that's the feeling, that's the vibe I'm getting from this. Do this, otherwise I'm going to date others. Or if you do this, I'm going to date others. That's what that's coming from. It's a place of insecurity. I wouldn't stand for it. I'd basically say, you know what? If that's what you want to do, maybe this relationship needs to end. 3 years, and actually you don't say he or she. I don't know if you. Oh, Dylan, yeah. So if she's saying that to you, you're saying if you want that, my attitude is, you know, you don't want to be with me. There's the fucking door. I love you. We've been together as long as we have, and I want this relationship to work. But if you really want to go, there's the door. That would be my attitude. It's not a threat to. I'm not threatening to leave them. I'm basically saying if you really, really want to go, because that's the truth of it. There is no, I mean, in marriage is that kind of locks it in, but it's not. You're not a slave, and there is, because of Henry VIII, there is such thing as divorce. And as much as you really want to hold on to it, if a person really wants to go, they will go, right? And same as you. You have that same right. If you want to leave a relationship, you go. You stay with them because you love them and you want to be with them and you don't miss them. But the problem is, once it ends, it's harder to get back together. So if you make a mistake and she makes a mistake and you end the relationship, it's a lot harder to get back together. So you really want to emphasize this. You go. Don't bother. If you're gonna threaten, you want to freaking leave. You want to go through that door. Don't bother coming back. I've never done the on. I don't do the on and off. I did when I was younger. The on again, off again relationships, but it's too much of a hassle. It's no good for me. It's no good for my partner, and it's cruel, frankly, because all you're doing is you're setting yourself up for more failure. Because whatever broke the relationship in the first place can happen again, and can happen again, and can happen again. Often relationships, they go to counseling to try to end that cycle, but it's still in the back of the head. And while the cycle might be, it's always going to be right there waiting for that to happen again. And that's what's quite often causes a cycle. Because when something looks like it's going to happen, have you ever had something where somebody's talking to you about something that they've said many, many times and go, oh, shit, this again? And they might not be going to say it, But you've got that for, oh, fuck, he's going to start talking about this shit again. That moment right there, the pattern's created and you're anticipating it. Whether they're going to do it or whether they're not, you already anticipate. And that's why on again, off again relationships should not fucking happen. And you just need to talk about this because that needs to stop. That shouldn't be, I don't care if it's male or female or who the fuck it is. Because both sexes do this shit. I've experienced this shit. And you shouldn't take it. And she shouldn't need to do it either. She's feeling, I can almost guarantee she's feeling insecure somehow. Something you're doing, I'm not pointing fingers going, oh, blaming you, it's your fault. But it's probably something you've either done or not done that's triggering off that insecurity. And she's doing this to latch on, to hold on for dear life. I mean, because that's the thing about a threat. A threat's not just, I'm going to do this. That's just a heads up. I'm going to do this. The threat is, if you do this, I'm going to do this. What is the primary thing? What is she saying? Because whatever that is, if you do this, that right there is connected to whatever the insecurity is. And you need to deal with that for her sake. Because if you love her, you don't want her to be insecure. I mean, you shouldn't be taking abuse, but if you want to stay with her, you need to kind of help her get over that insecurity, because it's the fear of anybody. You're afraid of losing her. You're afraid of going dating somebody else, and with no intention. She's not intending. So what is she doing? She's trying to get something back. It's like throwing a ball against the wall. You expect that ball to come back. That come back is what she's doing. Like, you know what I'm talking about. I'm rambling now, but yeah. And if that doesn't work, if she really wants to go, there's a saying: if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If she doesn't, it was never yours to begin with. And while I like that saying and I don't like that saying, because frankly, as I said, if they want to fucking go, there's a door. It's not that I'm uncaring or I'm trying to be an asshole or anything like that, but frankly, I'm me. I'm not going to fucking change. I'm not going to love me for me. Be with me because you want to be with me. Don't be with me because you want me to change into something. Whoa. Anyway, question number 4. Did it come up? Yes, it did. From John. If you have been in a 5.5, I love how people always add on that half, like it makes it somehow bigger. I mean, it is bigger. It's a little bit. It's 6 more months, but you don't need 5 years already is big enough. On and off, but mostly on. And the man, hasn't even proposed to you yet. Is it a deal breaker? I'm not quite sure on the situation. If you're the man and you're dating another man and he hasn't proposed, or if you're a man and you're worried that your girlfriend is worried. I'm not sure which way you're coming up with this, but I don't think it's a deal breaker. I think it's actually pretty smart. As you've said, the relationship's been on and off. Do you really want to get married and then all of a sudden in about a week, next week, it's off? To end a relationship that's boyfriend-girlfriend, that's easy. There's nothing locked in. There's no kids involved. Just gone. Pack your stuff. Go get a new place. Come back. Get back together. I mean, as I said, I don't like on and off relationships, and I've given the reason. But right now, it's not a deal breaker. It's actually smart. Figure your shit out first. Stay together for a year, 2 years, so you can see that you can actually act as a unit. Live together. You don't need to get married to live together. I mean, unless you're in a country that has that specific law, but I don't know any countries that do. Live together. Try it out. If you can make it the next 6 months to make it, you've been together for 6 years. If you can make it there's a sign that's a possibility. Was it my partner 5 years before he proposed? See? Absolutely. I never considered us being together just because. Exactly. Right? marriage really, people say it's just a contract. Well, it is, kind of. But it's also, because that contract, it's a contract that can easily be split up. Thank you, Henry VIII. I mean, not easy, but it's doable, right? And it's messy. It can be really messy, but it's doable. But it's the two parties saying, I'm committed to this. I really want to make this work on a very long term, or till the day I die. Even though you can still get out of that contract. That's what it is. It's just basically saying, hey, it's that extra commitment. I want to be in this. I'm in. I'm all in, baby. I'm here. But I mean, even living together, you don't need the contract to say that. You can just say, hey, I'm sticking around. I'm in for the long run. You don't need the marriage to do. It's not really a deal breaker, especially just after 5.5 years of on again, off again. It's just smart at this point. Right now, at this point, if he's on again, off again, sort your shit out, because there could be kids involved eventually. And kids seeing the on again, off again, it might be easy for you and John, you and your girlfriend, to break up. You got kids involved, and you're breaking up, left, and you're on again, off again. That's gonna fuck with their head. That's the part. I don't like to see on again, off again when there's kids involved. The kids have got enough shit in this world to fucking deal with than having to deal with that shit. Having a stable mother and father, it's like, you know what, either break the fuck up, live separately, where you're co-parenting, or get together and stay together. But sort your shit out, because the kids need that. The kids need that stability. It's no longer just about you two, it's about them more. But right now, you haven't said you got kids, you're trying to figure out your shit. Figure out your shit. Then maybe if you want to marry the person, marry the person. If you don't want to marry the person, don't marry the person. There's no law that says you have to marry the person. I mean, if you knock her up, there might be an angry dad with a shotgun saying you're getting fucking married. Just so you know. But even that, legally, he doesn't have a fucking shoe in. But he still has the shotgun. Just saying. But I mean, if you love the girl and you want to marry her, marry her. I would wait. You're smart by holding off a little bit, for sure. If that's kind of what you're asking, I'd wait till you've got your shit together. Now I'm repeating myself. I'm going to move on to question number 5. Here we go. I need new music. This music is so repetitive. I'm thinking I'm actually going to find some software to make music. I've seen some of these artists that's out there. And I've been Twitch sings. I love Twitch sings. But I always felt I wanted to sing what I sing. Because there's bits of this song I'm like, there's that part of the song I like to sing. Not necessarily all of it, but some. So I'm going to try to... I'm playing about with it. I'm like, well, you know what? If Twitch sings is going to try to stop me from singing, try and stop me. But I mean, I'm seeing some of these kids, they come in out of school and they've got these apps and they're making all kinds of noise and putting music together, and it sounds pretty badass. Why the fuck can't I do it? I've been a computer technician, network engineer, I'm a truck driver, I'm a photographer, I'm doing streaming now. Fuck, tell me what I can't do. Fuck, I'm going to the moon next week, just watch me. I'm not going to the moon. But though these days it might be safer. Oh, there you go. Question number 5. Question number 5. My girlfriend and I have recently combined our finances. This is from Josh. Okay. We have 2 joint savings accounts and maintain our own. Wait, have I answered this question? Oh, I've already... no, I've asked this one. This is where you... Yeah, okay. So I made a mistake. in my list of questions. I didn't delete that one. Silly me. Okay, this next question might not actually fit. Question number 6. So technically question number 5, but will it fit? Will it fit? Will it fit? It doesn't fit. So I'm gonna have to read this one to you guys. Okay, from Carissa. Can you explain why my ex would get mad over stuff that didn't matter? I'm gonna stop right there just for a moment. And this I get a lot. I've gotten a lot. I'm gonna address that line right there. And this happens in all relationships. Guys ask the question, girls ask the question. Just because it doesn't matter to you does not mean it doesn't matter. It might matter to them. Right? What you feel is what you feel. What I feel is what I feel. Does not mean, just because you're not feeling it doesn't make the feeling, the pain or the joy any less important as what you're feeling. So that part right there, I just had to stop to really emphasize on that bit right there. Just because it doesn't matter to you, even if it's something big or something tiny, to that person, it matters. They wouldn't be saying it or doing it or whatever if it didn't matter. So you can't just dismiss it. Sometimes even the smallest thing you've got to acknowledge. I thought the exact same thing. Yeah. Like full on through a temper tantrum and screams at the top of his lungs. Is your name Melania Trump? I'm sorry. I had to say it. Come on. Fuck. Anyway. Like the two I can think of is this one morning, his control. See this? I'm also curious the fact that you said this is your ex. Here's the thing, right? On that first line, stuff that doesn't. If this is your ex, why does it matter? Or it matters to you? Well, then I'll continue to read because it matters to you. Education moment. Like the two I can think of is, okay, so his controller for his game stopped working. And he was like, yep, can't even have a good morning. It's always something. And he said the rest of the day is ruined because of that. I'll continue. We'll continue. I mean, we've all got moments like that. When something happens and you feel like your day's ruined. You know your day's not ruined, but you feel it. We've all had those. And I don't care who you are. You might think, oh, I'm a badass. I don't fucking care about anything. I guarantee there's been some part in your life you've felt that. How he's reacting to it is a little different than some might do it. Screaming at the top of his lungs, having a fucking temper tantrum. That's a little much. But I mean, some people can deal with shit a lot easier than others. I'm not going to shame the poor guy for crying about his controller not working. Maybe change your batteries or something. Like. Anyway, what was I saying? Ruined because of that. The day we broke up, he called me screaming about him losing his wallet. Was he like thinking that you stole it or something? I'm trying to figure out why that would end a relationship. Did you end the relationship? Did he end the relationship? See, I'm going to get this show eventually so that I can have a guest who's going to ask a question like this. And I can ask these questions because I really want to know about that. This would happen often. Like if one bad thing went wrong during the day, his whole day would be ruined. He sounds very sensitive. Now, that's not a bad thing, but he definitely needs somebody who's a little bit caring and a bit more patient with him. Is that normal? To some, no. Right? People are different. Right? Some people are like that, some people are not like that. Some people are very emotional where the smallest thing It's kind of like back in the day how a lot of men used to treat women. They would fucking say, oh, she's fucking scared of mouse. And you'd see all those cartoons of the woman standing on the table. Oh, it's a mouse. To most people, even especially today, it's no big fucking deal. It's a fucking mouse. I've seen grown men look at a fucking bee. Oh, it's a bee. Look out. I'm going to get bitten by a bee. It's going to get me. It's a spider. What the fuck? To them, it's big and scary. Even though it's just a tiny wee little spider, to them it's fucking fire-breathing dragon. You can't see what they're seeing and the scary shit that they're seeing. Doesn't make it any less serious to them. Or to you. Like, it might not be a big deal to you, but to them it's a big deal. And there are people that are sensitive to that kind of stuff. He's going to need somebody a bit more patient. I mean, this is an ex. Clearly asking this question because you care about this person. Maybe you want to still be with this person. Maybe in the rest of this question, I'll find that out. Maybe I should continue reading and shut up. Is this normal? I feel like I'm the type, if I lose something, I'm hella annoyed. But my whole day isn't ruined. I'm certainly not screaming at the top of my lungs. As I said, people handle things differently. Some people will scream, some people will get angry, some people will just fucking lock down and not say a damn thing. People deal with shit in different ways. Some people will just go off, listen to a little bit of music just to calm themselves down, and then fucking deal with the issue afterwards. There's many different ways of dealing with things. Some are healthy, some are not healthy at all. Screaming at the top of his lungs and thinking his day's ruined. And sometimes it's in the way that people say things. Like the word literally. Right? They don't mean literally. And he might not mean that his entire day's ruined. He's just saying that at the moment, that's how it feels. But when people say the word, oh, I literally want to die. I literally had my head chopped off. No, you didn't literally. The word literally doesn't mean that, what you think it does. But the saying, because at that moment, that's what they feel. They feel that it is so real. They're not actually saying, I'm literally gonna die. No, you're not. I'm gonna laugh so hard that I'm literally gonna die. Well, you're not. Let me just hang on, 911. Ambulance, please. What's going on? My friend's laughing so much, he's literally gonna die. Send an ambulance quick. No. And so by saying my day is literally ruined because he's not actually fucking meaning that. Just at that moment, he is feeling this pain that he's feeling. So it doesn't make it less important. Just reassure him. Go give him a big fucking hug. But he's your ex, so don't give him a hug. That might come across creepy. But it might make his day. His day might be less ruined. Because somebody cared a moment to give him a hug. We argued one night and woke up and was supposed to go. I'm going to help you guys. I'm going to delete a chunk of this so that it'll help you read it more. Where am I at? I'm at annoyed. Hello, annoyed. There we go. I'm going to delete that and then I make it smaller. There we go. Hello, annoyed. My whole day certainly is ruined. I certainly not screaming at the top of my lungs. We argued one night and woke up and were supposed to get a gym membership, but see, the whole day was ruined because of our fight the previous night. As I said, it's not that he's saying ruined. He knows it's not ruined. It's just that's his literal word. Mountain out of a molehill. But to him at that moment, that's how he feels. Everybody's had these moments. Everybody's had that moment. Even you, even though you probably won't understand, you've had a moment where it's been bigger than what it really is. We've all felt this. And I literally mean that. Okay, where was I? Membership. I was ruined. My fight. Okay, it's kind of sweet actually. It means he doesn't like arguing with you. He feels hurt over fighting with you for whatever the fucking fight was about. There's kind of a sweetness to it. I kept explaining to him we didn't have to let it ruin the day, but he was so upset. Aww, I kind of feel bad for the guy. Yeah, he's a bit of a softie. I'm just reflecting on our relationship and was wondering if this is normal or not. It can be for some. Or am I just ignorant to it because I'm not this way? A little bit. But you are this way, but just in a different way. You've probably got the sensitive moments as well. If you can think of something that really bothers you, and while it's not ending your day, at that moment, it's kind of like when you hurt yourself, right? And you feel as if that pain, the limb that's hurt, feels like it's going to fall off. But it's not. But at that moment, it's so fucking painful, you want to pull your own limb off. Arm, leg, fucking nose, whatever is in pain. At that moment, you want to get rid of it because at that moment, that's how it feels. You're not actually going to remove your bloody leg. Keep in mind, he's not always like this. Just when something pisses him off. Yeah, it sounds like he's a really emotional person. It can be annoying, but it can also be amazing because I can guarantee the one thing you've just lost there, if this is an ex, if he can feel pain this much, can you imagine how much he can love? Meaning he could possibly love you in ways that you've never, ever, ever imagined. You've just let that go. He needs to maybe strengthen up a little bit, absolutely. But maybe you could be a bit more understanding and be a bit more sensitive. I mean, I know you can't understand exactly where it's coming from. But if you really think about things that bug you, you can probably have a bit of an idea. Not the exact things. Don't look at the exact things and match, oh, that wouldn't bother me. But look at something that would bother you and how you react to it. Some things not making him mad. He's the most attentive and caring person I've ever met. Told you so. His mother has told me he always had anger issues like this. He would also tell his mom. He's talking to his mom. He talks to his mom. Only when he used to be on drugs. And even sober. When he got super mad. Never his friends or co-workers or anything. The people he loved. His friends, he won't do it around his friends. He does it to people he feels safe with. People he loves. People he thinks won't leave him. This, I can almost guarantee something's probably happened in his life that's made him like this. He's scared, he's upset, he's very emotional. There's probably some serious trauma in there that has not been dealt with. Maybe counseling might be a good idea for him. Right? Is it normal for some people? Yes. They're very sensitive people. I have a feeling some of this has come from somewhere, especially if the anger is coming out. It's probably got nothing to do with you. It's probably come from somewhere else. And he shouldn't be yelling at you. There's no excuse to yell at you. But could you be a bit more sensitive? I think so. Try to be a bit more understanding. The fact that you're asking this question at all tells me that you care. Probably that you're still in love with them and you want to actually make things work, but you just can't understand this bit. Maybe suggest counseling. Maybe suggest going to the counseling with him so you can help him, so that his days doesn't feel so ruined. It could be it could be all kinds of things. Attention deficit. He could have some form of, and that's a possibility. I didn't even think of that. He could be undiagnosed, suffering from some form of autism. when I think of some of the people I've known with autism issues, some of the things you're describing, and it could be completely undiagnosed. Then when things don't go their own way, they do feel so. Right now, I'm about 90% sure. Reading this, I'm about 90% sure he's got undiagnosed autism. What you do with that information is totally up to you. If you want to try to make this work, it's a hard thing to get along with somebody who suffers from autism. But as his mother said, and as you know, he's the most loving person you've ever met. Ever known. Very caring. Very attentive. The question is, it's not whether he's normal or not. It's do you deserve him? Anyway, question number 7, which is really question number 6. Oh yeah, I was organized from Zell. As an awesome name. I like that name, Zell. My husband told me he will divorce me if I won't work, because he not want to go to work. He seemed control over me. I think he tried to force me go to work. I'm processing. See, that's where I struggle with some of my advice and stuff like that. I love it when I see those things. Those are my favorites. Because then I can just do this. Do I want to become famous? No. No. Why the hell would I want something like that? It's crazy. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that question. Yeah, I'm a bit old school, so when I answer some of my questions, it comes from a different time. It's not meant to be sexist or anything like that, because I'm very, what's the word, woke? I have great respect for women and people who want to work. I believe in equal rights and all that kind of shit. And as I'm sure you do too. But under that same thing, if you expect him to work, shouldn't you be at least willing to go to work yourself? Him forcing you is kind of fucked up. It's kind of pushy. But at the same time, he doesn't want to go to work either. We both know right now, if you don't work and he doesn't work, what's going to happen is you're both going to be broke. That's an obvious fucking statement. You're both going to be fucking broke. In this day and age, the man, the husband and the wife working just kind of makes sense. So that he's there, he's both... One, it's great because especially if he's working in different places, he's got somebody to talk about it at the end of the day. Right? If you don't have that, you just get into this mundane kind of... Hey, how was your day? I was sitting on the couch. How was yours? I was sitting right next to you. What he's going to talk about? Yeah, I was watching... What were you doing? I was watching paint dry. What about you? Fucking same paint. Right? So going out and doing something is good for a relationship. Simply because you've got things somebody to talk about at the end of the day. How's your day? Oh, fuck, my co-worker, he was an asshole. You wouldn't believe. Oh, fuck, I went to a different job and my co-worker was an asshole too. If you work at the same company, hey, my co-worker was an asshole. Fuck you, I'm your co-worker. So don't work at the same company. Work at different companies. I mean, if you want to work. But I mean, if you just don't, you just need to talk. And it's the word that I say in every single fucking Ask an Angel stream. Communication, number one. Number one most important thing. Right? Everything revolves around it. Two people being married who can't speak. How the hell do they know they love each other? They don't even know each other's names. Communication's important. Very important. You get to know about each other. You get to tell each other what you're feeling. If you don't have communication in a relationship, you don't have a relationship. I'm sorry, you don't. You don't. You have some creepy person hanging around you. That's all you have. What the fuck is this person? That's all you have. Communication is important. So tell them. Say, fuck, you know what? If you want me to fucking go to work, get off your ass. Don't be afraid to say that. Get off your ass and fucking go to work too. You want me to go to work, you go to work. You gonna be fucking pushy? Don't need to be like talking like that exactly. I'm trying to be funny here. Don't be an asshole about it. But stand up for yourself. Don't let him push you around. But if you don't want to go to work, why should he? And vice versa. If he doesn't want to work, why should he expect you to work? If you just want to make money and you just want to get somewhere in life, well, the other thing you could do is both of you could get off your fucking ass and contribute to society. Anyway, I probably just lost a viewer. I'm not trying to piss anybody off. I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that. But I mean, stop picking on each other. There's a key thing. Stop bullying each other. Love each other. You're in a marriage. He's your husband. You're his wife. Figure your shit out. Work together as a fucking team. It's not a difficult concept. Why is this thing telling me to boost my stream? It's so weird. I don't know what the hell this thing is. Community challenge started. Okay. What the fuck does that mean? Where was I? I was going on to question number 8, which is really question number... where the hell's my questions? Question number 8. How long are we into this? And I've been in this an hour. And I'm on to question 8. And they're just small little questions too. But we're moving along. Question number 8, which is really number 7. Where are you? From Skylar. When a guy asks you over text, when was the last time you had sex, and you're a virgin, what do you do? Well, what I do is, first of all, I'm asking, why does he want to know? I'm a guy. Don't ask me when the last time I was having sex. It's none of your bloody business. But really, that's the answer. If you want to tell him, fucking tell him. If you don't want to tell him, saying, I'm not really wanting to, it's kind of personal. If it's somebody you want to get to know, and vice versa, if it's a question you'd like to know of your partner, then just answer. There's nothing wrong with being a virgin. It might be a good thing, right? Because, I mean, because I'm assuming this is you, you're inexperienced. Your first time should be kind of like nice, right? And if you're going into expecting to be him to think you're, oh, fuck, I'm a veteran, fuck. You don't want them to think that you're a veteran in sex either. A much better word than actually, but some people use that word. I actually like veteran than, experienced. But either way, let's say you get with a person and he thinks that you're really good at, and you have no idea, fumbling her through. Just fucking tell him. That's what I would say. I'd say just let him know. Or if you're a little too shy, say I don't feel like telling you right now. If the relationship's really early, if it's an early relationship, you don't need to tell him. Are you gonna have sex with him anytime soon? Do you want to have sex with him? If you do, maybe let him know. If you're not planning to have sex with him, it's none of your fucking business. If a guy. See, you haven't seen if my boyfriend, if my husband. I mean, if your husband doesn't know, then you're not communicating with your husband. If it's a boyfriend, if it's just some fucking guy, that's what you say. That's what you say. You say, it's none of your fucking business, you creepy fuck. But for fuck's sake. But But anyway, question number 9. Are we having fun yet? Question number 9, that's really number 8. From Shauna. It's not on the screen yet. There you go. From Shauna. Do men truly notice when a woman go up and beyond? Go up and beyond. To make sure he is good mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Yes, but. Is it kind of like, hey, are you okay? That's nice. If it's kind of, you need to get your ass to church, motherfucker, that's not okay. Pushing somebody to go to church because you want him to go to church and you think it's better for him. If you're trying to change the person into a vision that you have of them, you could be so much better. Are you in love with him or are you in love with the vision of what he could be? Right? That's kind of like changing like you fell in love with the person that you saw. That's how you should fall in love with the person you see. And if he grows, if the person changes into something better, which most people do, be patient. If he does, that's a bonus. Yeah, that's really it. Love him for him. Love her for her. Not for what you envision they could be. Because if they don't get to that level, you're going to hold some kind of resentment against him because he does not equal up to the vision that you have. And you know what's going to happen in that relationship? It's going to fall to pieces. And he doesn't even know what the fuck he did wrong. He's just being himself. How would you like it if that was you? Let's say he envisioned you being a fucking princess with just... You're at home and you're cooking just amazing meals all the fucking time, and he's got this vision of you. But at the moment, you can barely cook fucking mac and cheese. You are a bit of a Karen. But he fell in love with you. He's with you, and he thinks he can meld you by making you, hey, you know what? There's this book. A little bit of education for you. Hey, I'll read this book. Hey! I'm not going to go there. I was going to say eat a salad. But like he keeps doing all these things to change how you are to suit his vision. Not who you are. He's not falling in love with you. And you don't change and in a fucking 10 years, 20 years. And let's say you get together, you get married. 10 years from now, honeymoon's well and gone. And things start to droop. And things start to change. You're not what he envisioned. Would you be happy if he just left? Fuck you. My God, I can't believe. You're still exactly the same as you were 10 years ago. Yeah? Duh. You fell in love with that person. Wait. Try to understand it from the other... That's me in a nutshell. That's how I've always been. Anytime I did anything, I always put myself in the shoe of the other person. I could never be a bully because I imagined, what would it be like if I was getting bullied? Would I like some big fucker just hitting me? No, that's being a kid. I couldn't be the bully because I could put my mind into their shoes. Put your mind into their shoes. Would you like it to be judged? Yes, absolutely. If somehow me and the woman I'm with, we grow together, she somehow helped me, do I appreciate it? Absolutely. Do I appreciate the things that... It doesn't even matter if it's a girlfriend, a wife, a friend, or who the fuck it is. If somebody helps me in some way, am I grateful? Do I notice it? Yes. As should everybody. If they're doing it because they want me to be different, hey, you know what? That fucking shirt is fuck ugly. Try this one on. Fuck you. I like this shirt. I mean, that shirt's nice too, but I like this shirt. Looks good on me. Shows off my ever-growing... I'm really a guy. Shush, I'm just getting old. Deal with it. But seriously, let the person be who they are, love them for them, and if they grow, awesome. That's a bonus to you. But if you do it the other way, if you vision them of something that they are not, something you want them to grow into, and they disappoint, you're going to be disappointed and you're going to be upset. And the relationship is going to fail. Anyway, question number 10. Question number 10. Oh, my back is sore. Oh, it's all this weight I'm carrying from everybody's fucking questions. I'm kidding. I love all your questions. Keep them coming. It's right there, right at the bottom, right there, right there, somewhere. Send your emails or in Discord. If you got a question, toss it in a fucking stutter. Toss it in Discord. And I'll be able to get to the question. If you don't want me to put your name, just say you'd like it to be anonymous. If you want me to put your name, I'm only going to put your first name, so people are not going to be creepy and try to stalk you on Facebook. But if it's a question like, hey, I'm thinking about proposing to my wife. Should I do it? And you don't want your wife to know, fuck, he's going to propose to me? I mean, that would be awesome if I have two people watching my show at the same time. That would be good. That'd be good for me. I like the feel of that. If somehow a couple just happen to be watching and they don't know that they're watching it, that would be cool. One day. Fuck one day. Yeah, let's go. Man, I just got excited there of an imagination. But man, if that doesn't happen, I'm going to be disappointed. But anyway, what was I saying? What the hell was I saying? I lost track of what I was saying. Anyway, question number 10. If a woman accuses a man of cheating and breaks up with him, but he is not cheating, is she just looking for a reason to get out of the relationship? Not necessarily. There are paths in which you are looking at, but you're looking at the negative only, right? You're looking at she must be cheating herself, she just must be out of the relationship. Yes, is it possible? Absolutely. She could be using that as an excuse. There are lots of people that do that. Lots of, not just girls, not just women, there's men and women who've done that to each other for since the dawn of time. Fucking caveman, that fucking bitch doesn't clean my cave. What the fuck? I'm gonna leave. And fucking Flintstone goes and sees Betty. That's Betty. Betty's a bit of a Betty. Anyway, what was I saying? Other possibilities that it could be that she's suspected and she doesn't want to get hurt, and so she's jumping off the fucking train well in advance. It's kind of cutting off her nose to spite her face. I think that's a good analogy. No, that's not a good analogy. Kind of is a good analogy. It's like jumping off a fucking train in case it does crash. Even though there's plenty of track and there's nothing there for miles, she thought the train is going to crash, so she jumped off. She doesn't want to get hurt. So she suspects. She's seen something. Has she told you who that she suspected you of cheating on? You said you haven't cheated, but she thinks she did. These are possibilities. But it's, as I said earlier, if you love something, let them go. If they come back, they're yours. If they don't, they're never yours to begin with. If she wants to go, she's going to go. Right? She doesn't need this as an excuse. She can legally go. Because if you hold her, that's illegal. That's imprisonment. Yeah, you can't hold somebody captive. They choose to be with you because they want to be with you. Which is beautiful in itself. They've chosen to be with you. And it's sad when they leave. So regardless, and I'm sorry if it's the case that she really just wanted to go, or if it's because she thinks, whatever the reason is, I'm sorry, because clearly you actually have feelings for that person, and you're trying to understand. You do kind of need some kind of closure. And maybe ask her, says, were you just wanting to leave just because you wanted to leave, or did you honestly think I was cheating? Because I really wasn't cheating. Come at her and say that. If she does not willing to talk, it could be that she met somebody else and she was cheating and was just projecting it on you. That is a possibility. It could be that she wasn't ready for a relationship and just wanted to get out and didn't want to. There's a lot of people that do that. They think by doing that, they're sparing you hurt. They're gonna hurt you by hurting you. It's like they've ended you by accusing you of cheating. Oh, I didn't cheat. Because they think the pain of that right there is less than you finding out that she was actually cheating. Humans crazy. Crazy. So I'm sorry if it doesn't work out. If somehow you get back together again, I think it's crazy because on and off relationships don't work. Said that earlier. Pay attention. I hope you looked at the beginning of my stream and listened to all my advice. But yeah, I don't find that they work. But if you really love this person and you want to fix it, there's ways to fix it if she wants to. You can't force her. And if you do not tell anybody about this stream because I'm not fucking. I'm going. Oh, tell them and mark this part right here. I'm not saying to force her to be with you. Not saying this at all. But there are ways to win her back. If that's what you want. And if she's wanted. But anyway. And one of them is you simply... You find this big giant sack and you stuff them in it and just run like hell. No kidding. You don't run like hell. You toss them in the back of the car. No, you don't do that. That's not the advice. Question number 11. That's really question number 10. My wife and I have been arguing a lot lately. Fuck. Welcome to the human race. She keeps saying I don't love her. Constantly thinks I'm going to leave her. I tell her all the time how crazy that is. I'm going to stop right there. Ladies and gentlemen, actually just gentlemen, this is for you. Ladies, click mute on your computer for a second or your phone or whatever. Just skip past this bit right here. Gentlemen, one thing you never do, ever, if you're wanting some kind of hope in the relationship that you're in, if you're wanting to protect your nuts, if you are not wanting something beamed off your head, you never, ever call a woman who's already emotional crazy. You just don't do it. That is a big no-no. Don't do it. If you're going to do it, wear a cup, wear a helmet. Maybe they might protect you. Probably not. So probably knock it off the side, knock the helmet off your head. Rip your dick off. Whatever. She's going to become the monster you've never fucking seen before. She's going to be the nightmare of Satan. The moment you call her crazy when she's already emotional. I'm just saying, women, you can come back. They're precious, wonderful, awesome things, and you shouldn't underestimate them. Anyway, where was I? I was thinking of doing an ultimate sacrifice and getting a tattoo with her name. Put on my leg for Christmas to show her how committed I am to our relationship. Advice. No. It does. See, mentally, your brain is thinking this is a really good idea. And in theory, it should be a good idea. Practicality of this. Let's say for some reason, just like one of the person before, as I was giving a bit of a suggestion, they end the relationship because they're afraid of getting hurt themselves. So they've done the preemptive strike. They've fucking struck before you do, right? They've ended the relationship because they think you're gonna leave them. And you've got her name tattooed to your leg. There's a constant reminder of what you've lost. If she is doing this is a sign of insecurity for some reason. You're on the right path. You need to do something to reassure her right? Because she is scared. Maybe she's been in a bunch of failed relationships. Maybe just say, hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not like your exes. I'm here for the long haul. She's your wife, yeah. I'm here for the long haul. I'm not going anywhere. I love you. Give her a big hug and a kiss. Unless, of course, there's COVID 6 meters. Write on a note. Paper airplane to her. But do something nice. You definitely need some kind of gesture to reassure her that you're not going anywhere. Do something sweet. Do something kind. Yeah. Give her a ring. See, some people. No, I've never really liked that. I was gonna say try to get her like a ring, a pricey ring if you can. But then there's that song "Can't Buy Me Love," because that's the thing. You're just putting a money value on the relationship. You don't want to do that either. So that's not my advice. You want to do something really, really nice that just lets her know you're not going anywhere, and say it. Say it over and over again. And I don't care if you have to say it 1,000 times. Just find a way to get her to smile when you say, I'm not going anywhere. I love you. There you go. But yeah, from what you've said, she's sensitive and it's coming from somewhere, not you. You just need to reassure her. And some people say, oh fuck, I'm tired of having to reassure her all the time. Then end the relationship. You don't deserve them. If you're not willing to reassure the person that you're with, to be there, to give them a big old hug, you don't deserve them. Marilyn Monroe said that. If you can't stand being around me when I'm at my worst. What's the actual saying? Hang on, let me get it. Marilyn Monroe. That's it. There it is. If you can't handle my worst. No, that's not the way she said it. There it is. I'm selfish, I'm impatient, I'm a little insecure. I make mistakes, I'm out of control. At times hard to handle. But if you can't handle me at my worst, then you sure as hell don't deserve me at my best. And there you go. This is her worst. Well, probably not her worst. But this is the insecure part. If you can't handle her being insecure and having to remind her that you love her and you don't deserve her. Anyway, question 13. Moving along. Question 13, that's really question 12. Boom. From Tony. Tony, my current boyfriend and I started talking. I'm going to bring it to the bigger screen. There we go. My boyfriend and I started talking about 7 months ago and made it official 3.5 months. What's with the 0.5? And in a month. Hang on. Ago. Made it official. So he's been talking about it. We haven't said I love you yet. So you've officially been together for almost 4 months. I haven't said I love you yet. But I want to ask him how much he likes me. You're young. I can already tell this question, you're young. And I'm going to get to the answer in a moment. It's okay if he doesn't respond with I love you yet. But I just want to know how... I just want to know how much he likes me in general. How can I ask? Words. With your mouth. You let words come out of your mouth. And then words usually come back. It's called communication. But you don't want to be creepy. Hey, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? It's creepy. It's a little creepy. Fucking no, what the fuck is wrong with you? If you love the guy, Why are you waiting for him to say I love you first? Is it like some kind of race? Is it some kind of race that you don't want to win? It's not a race. You don't need to be in a hurry. But if you love him and you want to know if he loves you too, tell him you love him. Quite often they'll say it back. Quite often, if they do have feelings for you too, just say it. Fucking just say it. But don't say it, hey, I love you. Do you love me too? No, not like that. End of a fucking phone call. Blah, 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 blah. Have a good night. I love you. Click. You can wait for the comeback. But, which is fine. Or, I love you. You have a good night. Wait for the response of good night. If they say I love you too, there you go. Don't hold too much power on it at the moment. It's still 3.5 months and blah 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 days and some hours and some minutes. It's sweet that you're counting the days. It's really sweet at the moment. But yeah, stop putting too much pressure on it. He clearly likes you if he's around for this amount of time, for 7 months, and a relationship for 3.5. Clearly likes you. If he doesn't, he'd have gone. Unless you're a booty call. Then he might just stick around for the booty call. Kidding. Anyway, question number 14. That's really question number 13. Oh, come on. Wait. Boom. From Ashley. I'm not getting along... What? Is not getting along with your parents' kid enough of a reason to end your relationship? I wouldn't say it's enough. And that's a really weird way to ask the question. It's almost like you're trying to figure out, can I get some more information why I need to get the fuck? If that's what it is, you're trying to find reasons to get out of the relationship, stop using the kid as a fucking scapegoat, end the relationship. Because the kid's going to get hurt. If that's what you're trying to do, you're trying to, I need more. Is it enough? Is it enough to end the relationship? If you're asking, it's like, I'm not quite getting along. Should I end the relationship? Not necessarily. There's ways you can get along with the kid. The relationship, though, is between you and your partner. Not necessarily, not the kid. However, see, if this is a boyfriend-girlfriend thing, or are you saying partners? If this is a boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever the fuck you are, it's not necessarily a reason to end the relationship. But understand there's obstacles. There's going to be nothing more. And while they may love you and they want to be with you and blah, 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 that child is the most important thing to them. Or should be. It's a kid. It should be the absolute top priority to them. You're now joining their world. Not your partner's world, but the partner and the child's world. Unless, of course, you're just dating and the kid's got a babysitter, blah, 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 and you're never going to see the kid ever. But you do need to try to find a way. And now, here's where it gets really tricky. Because I've been in relationships where they've got kids and they're not my kids. Some of them, they've turned out amazing. Some of them, not so amazing. One of them, the daughter turned into a bit of a crazy person. Started saying some crazy shit about me. No, she was a bit of a... And the son had autism. And he was a wonderful little fucker. Until later on. And when me and the mother would have fights, they will always take the mother's side. Because it's the parent, right? They love their parent. And it doesn't matter if it's a few days, a few weeks, a few months, a few years. You could be 10 years into the relationship. You are step parent. That's the parent. If they say, hey, you're my step parent, you're my stepdad, you're my stepmom. If they even drop the word step, that's awesome. But don't ever think, let your guard down for 1 second to think that if you had a fight with their parent, their actual blood parent, that they wouldn't toss you under a fucking bus for their parent. You're wrong. Blood is thicker than water. And no, I'm not trying to make your relationship sound like it's water. Compared to theirs, you won't survive. So it is important for you to get along with them. Maybe talk with your partner and say, I love you and I want to make this work, but is this a deal breaker if I don't get along with your kid? Can we talk? Can we talk to the kid and basically try to get this to work because I really want to get... That's what you should be doing. You should be... Fuck, what's that word? That C word that I use a lot. Crap? Crazy? Condemnation? Fuck is some... I know it's there somewhere. But like, if I could only actually say it, you know, speak it. But I just don't know how to communicate this word to you. Okay, I'm done being funny. The joke's getting old. Question number 15! That's really question number 14. Just take a moment before I get into this next question to ask how everybody's doing. Are you having a good time? Are you enjoying the stream? Are you enjoying the questions? If you need to take a moment to get yourself a glass of water, if you need to get yourself some popcorn because some questions, they get crazy. If you need a moment, we'll take a break. I'm going to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. And we'll go on to the next question. Here we go. From Chloe. Question 15. Would you get into a relationship with someone who can't read? Hang on, where'd it go? Would you get in a relationship with someone if you are not over your last relationship? I see what you're saying. So, say I'm single and I'm trying to get into a relationship with somebody else. Would I bother getting into? No, I wouldn't. It's a difficult one. I guess it depends on a bunch of things. One, how long ago? Is there a chance of that previous relationship getting back together again? Do I want to get back? Do they want to get back? Is there a lot of drama? But would I stop it from finding a relationship? Attraction is attraction, and if you want to be with another person, be with the other person. Absolutely, go ahead. But understand there are obstacles. And you need to determine if that other person came around and said, hey, let's get back together. Would you be willing to leave this new person for your ex? If you answer yes with that one, absolutely not. If you can honestly tell yourself, no, if that person, my ex, as much as I love them, came, the new person out of the picture, would you get back with the person? Have they hurt you or done something so shitty that you'd never get back with them again? If no, then go ahead. It possibly will help you move on. It could also possibly be a rebound. Rebounds are good and they can be very helpful, but it's kind of shitty on the other person. So if you feel that you might be pulled back to your ex, don't, because you're being a shitty person, because you're gonna hurt that person that you're gonna be with. Don't do it. If you think they're not, give it a try. But understand, it could be a rebound thing, and so you maybe need to treat it like that. Say, you know what? I've just gotten broken up with my ex. I don't think you're the rebound, but you might be. I'd like to see where this goes and see if we can make it work. It's possible. I mean, just do what you're gonna do. Oh. Okay. So, next question. Where's my questions gone? Fuck. Question 16. That's really question 15. From Stacy. As a man, what are your expectations when you first start dating? What do you expect on the first few dates? I expect red carpet. I expect to be wined and dined, and I expect roses. Don't be silly. I don't put expectations on the first date. Actually, to me, I go kind of a procedure when I do dating. When I was dating, and my procedure is kind of like a step by step, typically a step by step. Especially in today's world where this fucking dating apps and shit like that, It depends on how you've met the person. If you've met the person outdoors, well, that right there, that technically kind of works out to be like almost not really a date, but it's the first meeting. To me, the first meeting is very important. It tells you, because, and this is how I handle that, especially if it's an online thing, you've used an app or whatever, and you're meeting for the first time. First meeting, not first date, but first meeting is more of a generic thing. Usually only lasts about 15 minutes. I have them go to, or meet for coffee, and I tell them, well, we'll meet at 5 o'clock. And I arrive for 4:50. So I can see when they arrive. No, hang on. So, no, backwards. Tell them to meet them at 5, and I arrive about a minute later. I watch for them. Oh, you wear something red. So, kind of like so you can identify. Because as you're approaching them, you can usually determine is there attraction. If there's no attraction, walk on by, continue going. I personally wouldn't do that, but you can also, if they look frazzled, if they look scruffy, if they look out of place, you can see a whole bunch of red flags right away just as you're approaching. Do they have a bag to the side that looks like they might have like handcuffs? Fucking get the fuck out. Call the police. If you don't see anything like that, they're just sitting there. Sit down, have a cup of coffee. There's some kind of attraction. Then you get to hear the voice. There are people with the most annoying voice. If you constant the sound of their voice, you'll know within that first 15 minutes. If they are paying attention to you, hanging on your every word, you'll get to know within those first few minutes. If they're checking out other chicks, hey, how's it going? It's a nice day. Hey, how's it going? Hey, holy shit, there's so many chicks in this fucking room. My God. Oh, and you're here too. If you're seeing them do that rubbernecking too much, to me, that's a fucking red flag. Not a killer, but it's a red flag. That chances are they might cheat. But you know what? I do believe in the LDT thing, the look, don't touch thing. And if they're understanding of that, it doesn't mean just looking doesn't mean they're going to cheat. It's a sign that they might, so keep that in mind. But let's say you get through that, you're both attracted, you like each other sounds, how each other smells, because if they smell really bad, that at a coffee table, you can still smell them. You'll know that too. If everything lines up, then you just say, do you want to have dinner tonight? Well, you want to go watch a movie? I wouldn't have the first date be a movie. A lot of people do that. If you're young and that's what you're thinking, go. Movie's a bad idea for your first date. The reason why, you're not looking at each other. To me, dinner is the best one. Because you're learning. You're learning all kinds of things. To me, I want to know about this person I'm seeing. Date number 2 is well, they're eating. Are they disgusting? Do they eat their food? And as they're eating, they've got like about fucking 10 pieces of lettuce in their teeth. As they're still talking. It's not necessarily, they're human. Keep that shit in mind. If it's happening over and over again and it's disgusting me somehow, like I'm not one to be disgusted by it as they're eating. They're fucking eating and they're talking. But there's some people, a little squirmish. But you get to learn all this stuff. How are they at dinner? Are they doing the rubbernecking, checking everybody out? Are they doing the typical thing of paying separately? Are they trying to be over, hey, look at me, I've got MasterCard. It's gold. Check it out. I'm rich. You might be, or him or her, you might be thinking, fuck yeah, sugar daddy. Don't do that. Don't be silly. Don't say so. That's a bad relationship. Because you've already just set a whole bunch of expectations right there. Fuck yeah. And if it could fall through. Don't base it on money. Definitely don't base the relationship on money. But how the person handles things. To me, the first few dates are about learning about the person. If you're asking, should you kiss the person? Is there an expectation to kiss the person? Some people might. Some people might have that expectation. Motherfucker. I just met her for 15 minutes and she's not willing to go back to my place. What the fuck? If that's the attitude, get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck out of there. But it's also what you're willing to do. Are you willing to have sex on the first date? Are you willing to kiss on the first date? What are you willing to do? It's not just the expectations, it's about what you're willing to do as well. How far do you want the relationship to go? Are you going there with the intention of a booty call? Some people are totally cool with that. What's that app? Tinder. They'll fucking do that on there all the fucking time. Hey, how's it going? Wanna... Yeah. Some people just think it's creepy, some people don't. I've thought for like a long time, this should just be a simple app for that. That way the dating apps and the booty call apps are separate. But they're all in the same thing, so whatever. But no, as I said, my first expectations on the first few dates is kind of getting to know the person. Would I have sex on the first date? Yes. If it clicks, if everything is going right, have I had sex on the first date? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. But yeah, that's my expectations, is to get to know the person. And you can get to know a person pretty quick on the first date, but you just decide yourself what you're willing to do, how far you're willing to go. It's on you, not forcing the other person. If it comes out, if things are getting hot and heavy, let things happen naturally. Question 17, that's really 16, is from Danny. I feel like we are never going to agree on things. Fucking go. I'll show you. Okay, talk about you and your partner. And one or both of us is never going to be fully happy. Keep in mind, that line right there, you said I feel. Not I know, because you can't tell the future. I feel. So that's on your feelings. That does not necessarily mean, because your feelings are not you're not Nostradamus. You can't tell the future from your feelings. So keep in mind, that's just your feelings. So it doesn't mean that they're real. Doesn't mean that they're not valid. You've got these fears that you're never going to agree, but you might be surprised. People fucking surprise people all the fucking time. So that right there, don't assume that you're not going to be, both of you's not going to be happy, but I still love him. That right there is an important thing to me. That line right there. But I still love him. And I'm afraid of making the wrong decision. So you don't know which decision. A decision is like one or the other. If it's just one, that's not a decision. That's just doing it. So the decision is, do you stay with them? Do you fucking leave? Because you feel it might not work out. But you don't know. And the problem is if you run from everything that you don't know, you'll never do anything. If you try, if you give it a shot, then you'll know. Right? You can't bubble wrap yourself. You can't bubble wrap your heart. You'll suffocate. I like that. Fuck, I should put that on a fucking shirt. Don't bubble wrap yourself or you'll fucking suffocate. He says, hang on. He says any relationship will have the same issues. It's true. It's true. If you're feeling with this person, you'll feel it with anybody. Same as him. We all fear that. We want ourselves to be happy and our partners to be happy. Right? And there's always that fear that they're just not. Are you happy? Are you okay? And maybe he is right. Yeah, he's right. I just feel like we are not compatible at all. Once again, I just feel. Get to know each other. Spend some time. And if you're not getting along perfectly, like if you're not, you don't need to be completely compatible to come together. Because as Paula Abdul said, opposites attract. Yeah. If you don't know what Paula Abdul is and you don't know what that reference is, you're probably too young to be on my channel. Actually, that's not exactly true, is it? You can not know that song and still actually be an adult. Fuck! I just made myself feel old. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Fuck! But no, seriously, opposites attract. So being perfectly compatible, like compatible as in, You don't need to like everything the other person likes. Those differences can actually make a massive difference because it gives you something to talk about. Just like I was talking earlier. You just don't want to be going to the same job. You don't want to be doing the same thing. You don't want to be sitting on the couch watching the same paint dry. Have your differences. I'm going to sound a little sexist here, and I'm not meaning to, but she might like fucking horses. You might like video games. Or vice versa, you might like horses and she might like video games. That doesn't mean you both have to like fucking horses or you both need to like video games. You get what I'm saying? You don't need to like the same things to get along. You know what you need to like to get along? The other person. Do you love? Yes, but I still love him. That's what you need. All you need is love. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da. No, hang on, it's not twitching, it's Ask an Angel. But seriously, anyone out there that has a little in common with their partner, but it works? And how does it work? That's a weird question. I think he's talking about the chat as well. There's lots of people out there. Have I done it? Yes, I've been in relationships with people who we have a little in common. We enjoy talking. Sometimes it's nice to talk to somebody who will listen and understand what I'm talking about. Absolutely. But if you don't like, I can't stand fucking country music. Can't stand it. Well, no, it's not 100% true. But I've been with women who love country music. Love, blah, 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 blah. And I'll even sit and listen to it. We're not compatible in the music sense. But I listen to it. I just like music to begin with. Not a fan of country, but there's a compatibility issue. Has there been great relationships with people who like it? Absolutely. You still find commonality, common ground, regardless. Do you like each other? Do you think he's attractive? Does he like you? Does she find you attractive? When you look at the person, do you want to run up to the person and give them a kiss? Do they feel the same way? Right there, there's compatibility. There's forms of compatibility. I'm just saying, don't assume that the person's not going to be happy. If you love him, then you're happy, right? You're not getting along. You're not finding the same likes. But that's where you sometimes have to compromise and do things that the other person does or likes to do. Let them do stuff and experience stuff that you like to do. You do stuff that the other person likes to do. You'll find, even if you don't love it, you like it, and or you don't, and you don't do that again. Lots of relationships together, and the wife doesn't like golf, but the husband, they go and play golf all the fucking time. And the marriage stays happy because they find the things that do. It's not the end of the relationship just because you're not compatible on likes, but it is the end of the relationship if you just don't love each other and you just don't try to make it work. Yeah. Question 18. That's really 17. We're almost at the end. And this has almost been 2 hours, so I'm going to quickly rush through these suckers. Here we go. Question 18. My girlfriend and I tell each other we love each other like every third sentence. To the point I feel it's feeling a little mundane and a little stale. If that makes sense. What can I do? I'm worried if I stop saying it as much, she will get scared. Thinking I don't. But fear if I keep doing it, it's going to lose its meaning. Those are both good points. And really, it is true. It can happen on both. See, right now you're at an interesting junction because you've been doing it for so long. I mean, I don't know how long you've been together, but depending on how long, if you've only been doing it like a little time, it's probably not going to be noticed as much. If you've been doing it like years, it'll be noticed. The thing is, both of you, by doing this, when you're seeing it that much, it's insecurity. You're just trying to get reassurance. Hey, I love you. You're waiting for that ball to bounce back. I love you too. Good. I feel good. Because somebody loves me. It's just reassuring. And it didn't just come out of my mouth. Oh, I love me. I love me. I love me so much. Right? It's not yourself. It's somebody else of the gender that you're attracted to that loves you. And they want to be with you. It reassures you. That's all you're trying to do, is you're trying to get some. But it's a dangerous one, especially if you're doing it, like, as you said. I'm willing to bet that that's a little of exaggeration, but I know I've seen couples that do that. I love you. No, I love you. No, I love you. I love you. No, I love you more. I love you more. Shut the fuck up. It's not a competition. Just love each other. Be happy. Enjoy each other's company. It's cute and it's sweet, but after it's been said 100 fucking times, it can be annoying, and you know this. Especially to anybody that's around that has to listen. Yeah. Just love each other more. Shut up. Especially if you've got that person who's nobody loves them. They're not a complete single person sitting over there. Yeah. You just love each other more. Isn't that fabulous? Fuckers. It's not the end of your relationship. It's... if I keep going this close to meaning. You're already there. It sounds like that's what it is. The meaning is still there. The feeling is still there. The I love you. So you know what? If saying I love you doesn't have the exact same meaning, find a different way to say it. One, stop saying it as much. Absolutely. But when she asks, do you love me? Yes, of course I love you. I just don't want to keep saying it so much because I'm worried that the emotion behind it is not being expressed. I've said I love you 1,000 times. I've said I love you 1,000 times, but it still doesn't equal up to the gazillion times I do. That I truly do. To say it in one word is not enough. You got all the ways to fucking say it. To express love. Doing things is another good one. But yeah. You need to try to find a way to reduce it, but I would talk to it about it first. Or stop. Don't do it as much. Say it once a day. Once every second day. Then you're at a better spot. Question 19. That's really question 18 from Brandy. Why do some men come off so strong? It scares me when they do. X. Talking about future. I'm not sure what you mean by X. Yeah, X is talking about future moves. Hang on. I'm assuming that might be an error. I told a guy I was buying a house next year. Okay? But it has to be in a good school district. So you haven't actually found a house. You're planning to buy a house next year. Okay. He suggested a city. And I'm like, no, that's out of my budget. And he's like, well, maybe I will buy it and you and the kids could come live there. We are only on the getting to know each other stage. First date is this Friday. Am I tripping? First date. You know that right there? First of all, you're saying, hypothetically, next year I'm going to buy a house. You don't know what's going to happen next year. Your plan is to buy a house. You've put out your expectations. You've told them, hey, I'm planning on doing this. These are my goals. You let him know that into that, what he's heard is you like to own a house. And maybe one day settle down, get blah, blah, blah. Right? I think what he's trying to do is let you know he can see possibilities. Is it a little fast? That's very fast. Don't get me wrong. That's very fast. The way he put that, the way it's written, the way it's fast. But I don't think he's meaning it the way it's coming across. I think it's meant to sound fast. I think he's basically saying that, yeah, you can see that. But you're saying next year, which means that would also be next year as a possibility. I mean, you just told somebody who apparently is a complete stranger that you're planning to buy a house, and he's basically saying, yeah, I can see that. I think it's just a conversation as you're in the conversation. I don't think it's the end of the story between you and this guy. But look for that kind of stuff. He didn't say, hey, I've already bought a fucking welcome mat. I haven't bought us matching towels. His and hers matching towels. He's not saying any of that. He's saying he's going to buy out. Now, it can come across a little weird, the fact that he's saying he'll buy the house and you and the kids move in. You don't want to do that. If, let's say, 6 months, a year, whatever, he's planning to get married, that's one thing. But on a dating thing, there's too much involved. And if it doesn't work out, well, that's his house. Right now, you have to go. Right? You don't want to get involved in that right now. You say, well, maybe say, it does sound like an interesting thing. One day I would like to maybe get married. If that is something that you see in your future, say, though, but I'm not wanting to discuss this right now. I want to get to know you first, and then maybe down the road there's a possibility. Emphasize that. Definitely emphasize those things. He could also be saying, I'm going to say something right now, and this is going to sound bad for guys. He could also be saying all of this shit just to get in your pants. Blowing sunshine up your ass to basically say, hey, let's get it on. Let's make another baby. Yeah. There's possibilities. I'm not saying that that's what he's doing. I'm basically, you need to really set your expectations. Say, I'm not wanting to move in with anybody in the next year, 2 years, or ever, right? State what your comfort level is. But right now, emphasize, right now, you want to get to know him and see what the possibilities are. You don't want to jump into anything because you don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to fail in this relationship. But yeah, that's pretty much my answer for that. And that is, as they say, that. This has been fun. If you haven't already done so, if you're watching and you haven't already done so, please click that follow button. It would mean a lot to me. I do this show at the moment, every Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Saturdays. And I love doing this. I get all kinds of questions, anything from simple, small ones to some really fucking crazy out there. Drama. I'm not a professional, but I'm a guy that gives good advice. If you have a question, right there, somewhere, is the email address. Send it to that, or go on my Discord, which the link is further down below, and ask the questions there. You can either do it privately, or I think I've got a channel in there that you can actually post it and other people can answer. If you want it anonymous, state that you want this question asked anonymous online, or if you want your name, I'll put your first name. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I will also be putting this over on YouTube. If you haven't done so, I would be very much honored, and it would help me immensely if you can go over there, click that subscribe button, click the bell, that way any of my videos gets to you. By doing that, I can build my community, build my become a better a content creator, and send better stuff out to you guys. Right? I'm still growing, and yeah, this video should be up tomorrow morning, if not by Monday morning. I'm gonna try to probably gonna try to time it so that it starts at about 7:30 Monday morning, for everybody to view and watch. I won't be home. I'll actually be driving then. Knock on wood. And yeah, thank you for joining. Everybody have a wonderful evening, day, night. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day. Be nice to each other. We've only got one planet, and we've only got billions of people around us, and we're all doing the same thing, trying to survive. If we can do that and while loving each other and taking care of each other, we can go another few thousand years, hopefully.